All right, take me through this Justin Herbert decision. How does this change the complexion of your ball club looking into next season?
Well, it's obvious he's one of the better players in college football. He has a lot to accomplish. He is not finished with his business here at the University of Oregon. And, you know, we don't ever try to sway a guy one way or the other. We provide information to the family and to the student athlete. And it's awesome to see his drive and determination to continue to help elevate the program, a program that he saw his grandfather elevate back in the day. So there's a lot of emotional ties to this thing and a strong business decision by him. So we're beyond excited that he's coming back.
Speaking of business decisions, I love reading Kayvon Thibodeaux and talking about why he went to Oregon for the football, of course, but also for the academic side and the classes he's taking. He's already there. What can you tell us about this massive defensive edge rush player who's already on your campus? What's it been like just seeing him roam through the hallways and getting to workouts?
Well, being an offensive line guy, I'm trying to figure out ways to block him come spring practice, so that'll be a great challenge. He is a special talent, but he's just as special as a human being. This guy is extremely intelligent, bright, and outgoing. I mean, he's like a Pied Piper. Wherever he goes, people follow. He's full of the right kind of energy. He's made of the right stuff, the right DNA. And, you know, I know he's very active on social media, and I thought today he had a great tweet. He's like, you know, I see all these All-Americans in high school, but I want to see he was an All-American as a freshman after playing an entire season. So he has the right mindset. He's been working like a maniac in the weight room. We expect a great year out of Kayvon.
Coach, congratulations on an outstanding class. And I can't tell you how many guys I talked to down in L.A. in particular talk about how your staff outworks other staffs when it comes to recruiting. And if you would detail for me exactly how you go about doing that, because it's one thing for people to hear that, but what does it take to actually outwork people the way that your staff does?
I don't know. That's kind of a tough question. I know that you know, it's our passion, and we're genuinely into this thing for the right reasons, and we love where we're at. It's an easy sell. It's a very easy place to fall in love with. So, and I think there's so much just cohesion amongst our staff and our players. The bonds are tight, they're strong, and we know that, you know, bringing in the right kind of talent, the right kind of people is going to play a major role in us elevating the program. So, we're just all kind of, you know, we're marching and moving in the same direction, and it's really not work, it's fun.
Coach, I think when I look at this class and went through everybody, some you knew they were stars as sophomores, some you knew maybe as juniors, some you had to wait till their senior year, and some were injured. And you hung with them along the way. So Keon Ware-Hudson, Suva Poti, I hope I didn't mispronounce his name too poorly, but those two guys were injured as juniors, and you hung with them. You even lost Mace Funa as a senior. How do you look at that and have a two-way street in terms of the commitment of these athletes that commit to you?
Well, if you make a commitment to somebody with a scholarship offer and they happen to get injured, it shouldn't change your tune on a guy. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're there for the good times and when their recruitment is picking up and, you know, they happen to commit to you and all of a sudden they sustain an injury, well, it's a two-way street. I mean, it's the only way to have a foundation of trust with the parents and the family. So, but all three of those guys are exceptional football players and student athletes. And the part I love about all of them, they are relentless competitors. They want to be great. Came across them in very different ways. I mean, from a Tide back in Tuscaloosa to new relationships formed out here in Southern California. So we expect big things from these guys.
Coach, it is remarkable to see what you and your staff have been able to do even over the course of the last two seasons. You know, 2 years ago, you're talking about a 4-8 team, and now you're talking about #1 recruiting class in the Pac-12, a top 10 recruiting class nationally. So, and I know you're, by the way, a rock star because I was at the Oregon State basketball game. You stand up and the place goes nuts. So you must be doing something right, not only supporting the basketball team, but obviously getting it done on the recruiting stage as well. So appreciate the time and best of luck this upcoming season.
Thank you, guys. Have a great one.